Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Bias Football Takes. This is the best football podcast in the world right now. We're number one in the whole world. Check your rating. Anyways, we're back like we never left. Thank you for joining us once again. I really appreciate you guys sticking with us. This is our third season. This should be like our episode 17 this season. I'm here again with an Arsenal fan, Olufemi Adenaike. Mr. Adenaike, how is it going?
Good. Alive,
Mm,
surviving, and overall good.
mm. So just a quick feedback. I've had people talk to me on the side to say they're enjoying our podcasts. People have been giving the guests and the co-hosts kudos. So it means you guys are doing a good job. I'm trying on my own end, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, people are listening and giving feedback too. People are also, I would say, I want to say correct, but just giving their own opinions too.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say there is an avenue to express your opinion about each episode
Mm-hmm.
on Spotify. I'm not sure if it's on Apple Podcast, but 100% sure on Spotify. So you can always express yourself if you feel strongly about a topic that we said something about and maybe we didn't do justice to it, or we passed the wrong information, or
Mm-hmm.
we didn't go with the facts. Please feel free to leave a comment, and if you want us to discuss any topic, we would also pick that up from there. But anyway, how was your week now?
It was good. Like this week so far.
I mean, it's how many days? So we recorded on, was it on Thursday?
Yeah, either Thursday or
I cannot remember when we recorded.
yeah, I can't even remember. I think we recorded on Thursday nights.
Oh, Thursday night. Okay, yeah, Thursday
Yeah,
night.
so yeah, it's
It's,
been close to a
it's a
week now.
week. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
week. I mean, work has been. People resumed fully this week.
yeah,
Yeah, work has been crazy for me, but I'm surviving. I'm trying to
yeah. I mean,
survive.
same likewise here. Like everyone has resumed, and work is going into flow this week as well. I think that's for most people. You know,
Mm.
You see all those memes online. Say going from mobile to
Abi,
um. Yeah, I can't hear you.
can you hear
Can
me?
you?
Can you hear me? Are you on
Yeah.
mute?
Am I sharing my screen now? Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, we have a very long podcast today. Please bear with us because we have a lot to discuss. It's just crazy how you try to, like, maybe a week, nothing really happens, but
Uh-huh.
in football, something's always happening every day. So it's really
Yeah, a week
difficult to
is a
catch
long
up.
time.
So before we start, my song of the week is "Joy Is Coming" by Fido. That song, I think the first time I heard it, I was like, this song is a hit. This song is so good. And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
surprised everyone is using it for their post on Instagram, on
Mm-hmm.
TikTok. It's a very solid song. And I feel like that guy
Mm-hmm.
is going somewhere. He just needs to keep keep his Afro Adura going. You call it
Mm-hmm.
Afro Adura. Afro inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's my song of the week. But yeah, let's dive into football, as we that's why we are here. See, what are you here for? Let's dive into football. Where do
Mm-hmm.
where do you want to start from? You know what? Let's start from, because I needed Sam to be on this, but this is coming in. I would have loved us to start from that, but let's just start from around the world quickly. Did you see the Vinicius incident where he got a red card?
Oh yeah, I was watching the game. I
Oh, you
watched
watched the
that game.
game? Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, I saw it.
Was that a red card?
Personally speaking, you know, um and that's one thing I hate about like the media, right? They show people what people want to see, you know.
Mm.
And people that don't do research are get lost in the sauce. If you're not watching the game, if you didn't see everything that happened, you just be like, yeah, Vinicius, blah blah blah, he's this kind of person, da 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 da. you go in. But me that watched the game, like even when they called it as a red, I was like, hell no, this is not a red card. First of all, there was a play, he got tackled, he fell down. It wasn't a penalty, obviously. He got tackled and fell down. The person got the ball and all that stuff. The keeper came to him and pushed him, pretty much telling him to get up. And, he wanted to push the keeper back. And you could see that his hand slipped. His hand slipped upwards. He wanted to push him, like, he obviously started at him, so he wanted to push him. And you could see, like, it was a slip of hand, like, from the shoulder part towards the face. It was a slip, but in reality, for me, that was just a red card for both of them. Like, caution both of them and move on. Even the VAR, if you looked at the VAR didn't show the whole incident. The VAR was only showing what Vinicius did, and that's my problem with, like, like, you need to put everything in context so that the referee can make a solid decision. And also the media as well. Like, everyone needs to see everything that happened. But I understand how, like, all these media houses, at the end of the day, it's clickbait. You're trying to make money, and so on. So you're going to do things in a certain way, But for me, like I said, it wasn't a red card.
Okay, so my comment is, I mean, we've seen that given as red card. So I personally do not. I mean, I get where you're coming from, and I agree with you. But I don't think I would have felt any way if you go red card. My issue with the whole situation is how it's being blown out of proportion. They are saying it's going to be a ban for, like, I think, like 16 games or 5 games or whatever. I'm like,
That's
really?
nonsense.
Like,
Even
it's not
after
that
the game,
serious.
yeah, even after the game, well, Carlo Ancelotti said they're going to, like, push back against it, because in reality, even the goalkeeper knew, and the goalkeeper played it into their hands, and
I'm
all
tired
that
of
stuff,
I'm tired of
you
that
know.
play acting, man. I'm
Yeah, so
tired.
that's why I think, like, there needs to be proper, like, sometimes common sense. It's not every time that you just, like, play to the rule book. Like, just apply common sense. Like, look at it. The referee should be telling, like, I want to see the whole incident. Like, show me everything, and not just a particular part. Like, common sense has to be involved as well. That's my problem with, like, nowadays refereeing, introduction of VAR and all that stuff. Is like sometimes common sense is going out of the game. So
We'll talk about VAR.
yeah.
So and all this also points to the fact that when the player is fouled in the box,
Mm-hmm.
if the player doesn't fall, the ref doesn't call a penalty,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also, kind of, I would say, encourages players to dive or
Yeah.
overreact, because
Mm-hmm.
that push by Vini, trust me, it didn't take, it doesn't, man, like, the keeper didn't need to jump like that.
Yeah. It was
The
nothing.
same thing,
Literally nothing.
the same between Ireland and Walker. Like, really, like,
Yeah.
really, like, really. And obviously, Vini has a reputation, quote unquote, and everyone is just screaming, "Oh, can you see the way he is?" I'm like, dude, he's normal in football. He's very
Mm-hmm.
normal in football. In a temper kind of game. The game was really tough, and it's
Mm-hmm.
funny. You know what? I watched. So I started watching. I think, like, 65 minutes. I saw this guy's Bellingham's penalty miss.
Yeah.
Do you know, in that game, I knew Maji was gonna win.
Gonna win.
I
Yeah.
was like, these guys are gonna make mistake, and Maji's gonna win, and it happened. I was like,
Yeah.
you see, the guy he passed you, bro. I'm like,
Although they almost scored at the last Kiko.
yeah, they almost did too, but,
They
like,
almost.
it's very, for Madrid just, I don't know how, maybe God of football is literally in their stadium and in their life,
Mm-hmm.
because all those kind of last minute goals, they really concede those kind of goals.
Yeah.
But they score those goals. It's kind of
Uh,
what I mean. Like,
yeah.
it's either the player passing the ball back or
Mm-hmm.
own goal, something, some penalty, something ridiculous happening. And it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy, man. And so I was like, yeah, these guys, they're gonna win this game. I was relaxed for them, like, there's no way they're gonna win this game, and it happened. But yeah, Vin is gonna play the, what's that called? Is it
Copa del Rey.
no. Is it
Oh,
Copa del
Super
Rey?
Copa. Yeah,
Super
that's coming
Copa,
up.
yeah. So that brings me to Barcelona. I don't know how Barcelona keeps getting away with this. I won't call it corruption, but their ineptitude. Daniel Mo and Paul, what's that guy's name?
Victor.
What's his last?
Victor.
Paul Victor. As it is, they were not supposed to be registered for the season. or
Mm-hmm.
from January, because obviously their financial books is not balanced.
Yeah.
Now Barcelona wants to now go do Magomago. They want to do Wudu. They want to register them, and the whole of the league, the teams band together and say no, we don't want that happening, because if it's to us, you guys will not allow it.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, the league accepted and say okay, they will not register them. Barcelona now went to go and appeal, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously, the way football is, and I don't know how they get away with this. The governing body that is going to sit on the case allow them provisional registration such that the players can play till they rule on the case. Now tell me, that case can go for 3 months. Season has ended now. What's not the point? So they now did fast track registration for the Super Copa game they had today,
Mm-hmm.
as we're recording,
Yeah.
and they won
I
two
saw they were
zero.
allowed to play today.
Yes,
But
and
I
it
don't know
won
the
two
whole
zero.
story.
That's what happened. I'm like, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Are you telling me that there are different rules for different teams? It's ridiculous, and it's crazy how Madrid too, they do their own thing too. Madrid be crying that Barcelona is corrupt. Barcelona be crying that Madrid is corrupt. But we don't know
Yeah.
that both of them are corrupt. They
Mm-hmm.
have the league on chokehold. There's no
Mm-hmm.
balance. There's no balance at all. I saw it. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, when I saw the news, I was like, it's crazy. And trust me, is that they will drag that case for the next 3 months, and season has ended, because what's the point now?
So what's gonna happen like in the transfer window? Will Barcelona be able to sign players or not?
So they can sign players. Apparently, it's crazy. So they were the players that they signed, those two players, because they were
Mm-hmm.
rejected, they cannot sign them, because you cannot sign player twice in the same transfer window.
Mm-hmm.
But they can sign another set of players. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
heard. That's what I heard.
That's
So
okay.
now,
Wait, they can
yeah,
sign new players, but like, what
yes.
happens to Dani Olmo and Pau Victor?
If the ruling says they cannot sign them, they cannot sign them, but they can sign other players, because you cannot sign
Interesting.
same players twice within the same transfer
That's,
window.
yeah, all these rules are like very interesting, man.
It's Barcelona that caused it. It's Barcelona that caused it. They are trying to be fraudulent, but it's just crazy. It's okay. Um, yes, Chelsea. I wish Mike was here, but we decided not to invite him. He's still nursing his injury. Since the last time we spoke, we had discussion about Chelsea. They've not
Mm-hmm.
won a game.
Yeah, I was watching one video about one. There's like this Nigerian Chelsea fan. He was literally saying like, what was he even saying? He was like, yeah, he's so happy right now, man. Like, he doesn't believe that he's this happy. Like, he hasn't complained yet. He was pretty much wishing that he needs to complain now.
He was enjoying the ride.
That was right after the Brentford game. Phew. Since then, no, they've won games though. They've won like Conference League games.
No,
You know?
see, let's be serious. I'm not talking about conference. I'm talking about
Yeah, yeah,
EPL.
yeah. I mean, if you say a statement, it has to be factual. That's how I go. You know.
Oh well, I mean, today I came with facts today. Like today, I came with facts. I
Mm-hmm.
came with facts today.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's talk. Before the festive fixtures, I'm sure you saw the table.
Yeah, yeah,
Can you believe it? Before and after, Chelsea only won. They only got 2 points.
yeah. In
So that means
12
they drew. So that means they drew two games
and lost two. They
and
pretty
lost two.
much had 2 in 12.
Yes. So out of 12 points.
Yeah,
Only two teams won all their games. Nottingham Forest
and
and
Newcastle
Newcastle. Newcastle were 12th. Now they are 5th. It's crazy how
1 point
just win
behind
your
them.
game. Just you want 1 point behind Chelsea. Just win your games. People are not really looking at Forest, because Forest went from 4th to 3rd.
Yeah, we'll
But
probably.
they did a good job. They won on their games.
And I feel like the team that people need to pay on Nottingham Forest, because it's just like at the end of the day, I see football as like a momentum sport, right?
Mm.
Or at least there's a lot of momentum in football. You know, like look at Real Madrid when there was a period they were going through a really bad period, and it was like back to back to back to back to back. But now it's like day and night. Things just switch. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I see that with Nottingham Forest, especially, like they are going with like a lot of momentum, and obviously momentum builds confidence and all that stuff, you know. And who do they play next? They play Liverpool next at home, you know.
No, I
Yes, they
checked
do.
because I
They play
checked. I think Liverpool is playing Brentford.
no, they play Nottingham Forest, then Brentford.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Liverpool, they're in trouble.
If you
If
know,
that's true, because I
yeah, if,
checked. But if
I know
that's
they are
true,
playing both of them back to back. Like I think it's Nottingham Forest, then Brentford.
if that's true, Liverpool, they're in trouble. I want Sam to be here for me to make this comment.
Yeah,
Liverpool,
yeah,
they're in
yeah. They
trouble.
play Nottingham Forest next on Tuesday.
Liverpool,
On Tuesday.
Liverpool are in trouble. But
Yes, so
that's
that's why I said
that's
it's like
another
it's a
discussion.
very there's a lot of momentum, man. You know,
Mm.
and I do want to stick on Chelsea.
Do you know what?
Yeah, the reason why I say I wanted to go back to Chelsea. I wanted to speak about other teams, but like I'm going to speak more on Chelsea since we're like speaking about
Yeah,
Chelsea.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
know,
So before you speak about Chelsea, Sam, welcome back. Welcome back to the podcast. Happy New Year.
Happy
If you
New
can
Year,
hear
Happy
us,
New Year, guys. How you doing? How you doing? How
we
you
are
doing?
doing well. We are doing. How is the married life?
It's great, bro. It's great. It's great. Can't
Uh,
complain, you know.
hope you enjoyed your festive period.
Oh yeah, it was good. It was good. It was
Did you
chilled.
work?
Um, from home, yes, but I avoided going to work in person.
Mm,
But yeah,
mm.
it was good. It was good.
Okay. We're in the middle of discussion, so you can jump in
Okay.
anytime. So, only before you talk about Chelsea, I made the comment somewhere. I said, apart from all the usual comedians, Chelsea is the funniest because they won only 2 points. And this was a period we thought they would top the league, and
yeah,
they fluffed their lines because those games were games they could have won.
winnable games,
Winnable
very
games.
winnable games.
Maybe apart from Crystal Palace, because Crystal Palace is always difficult for anyone. Crystal Palace is like one of their one of the toughest games. If Crystal Palace decides to play you, there's nothing you can do about it.
Hmm.
And I loved the way Sancho created that goal because I didn't watch the full match, but I just saw some of the clips. I love the way he created the goal. It was good. The pass to Kopama actually made the goal because the pass was perfect,
Hmm.
soft in between three players. We'll talk about the pass later. But yeah, go ahead about Chelsea.
Yeah, yeah. So I was saying like at least for Chelsea, a lot of people predicted that like by January, even me, I'm not even gonna lie, I also predicted by like midway through my. I was looking at that Man City game for them, which is January 25th. So I predicted that like by January they'll be on top of the league. I was like, there were a lot of winnable games. But unfortunately, I have a theory. I just feel like they got really, really high after beating Tottenham, right? And after
Mm.
that, they haven't really been able to like live up to that expectation anymore. Because they got like it was such a big moment for them. It's like 2-0 down, coming back, winning that game, and everyone was like, Chelsea, 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 Chelsea. So for Chelsea, it was like it was their high of the season at that point,
Mm.
you
Mm.
know. And I feel like they got really high and reality now set in afterwards, and of course, like a lot of their draws and losses are very like losing 2-0 against Ipswich Town is very disappointing. The 2-1 game against Fulham was also a very like disappointing loss because they were winning as of 81st minutes and they ended up losing that game, and I feel like people need to start like pointing at that manager now. I know like some Chelsea fans have been complaining about him about like lack of substitutions and so on, but you know he needs to start taking response. Like because people were praising him when they were doing good, so like if you're not doing good, you need to like take accountability as well and hold your hand up. That especially for that Fulham game, because what you should have just done is like bring in defenders and close out the game. You know, they ended
So
up losing that game.
I think I will give Chelsea um benefit of the doubt right now. For now, I'm
Why?
going to be on them soon, but for now, I'm going to give them benefit of the doubt because right now it's difficult to know exactly what the issue is for them because what he has been doing in the past. had worked. It's just now that they are struggling. People
Mm-hmm.
that are complaining that he's not making substitutions. Obviously, when he was playing one team in Europe and one team in EPL, they were like, "Oh, that's genius, that's
Mm-hmm.
great. They have quality, they have depth." But now it's
But
kind of
that's
like
football, though.
wobbly.
That's football. It's a results-driven game. Like,
No, no,
you
no.
know.
Of course, of course, of course. So I'm not going to be quick to be on them that But
Mm-hmm.
again, I personally feel it is inexperience that's affecting them right now. Apart from maybe
So
weak
should we be
managerial
sad for
skills.
them that like inexperienced? Should we be like,
No, no,
oh,
no. Why will you be
inexperienced?
sad? No, 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 no. I'm just not on them right now. I'm just not on them right now. I'm just allowing them to let's see how they play. Let's see how they get out of the rut. But they're gonna come down more. They're gonna come down more. But we'll
So what
see.
do you
If they come,
what do you think? Do you think like you're going to make top four? Because it's very close now, especially Man City is coming back. People are not paying attention to them. They are just slowly, silently winning their games and focusing on themselves. They
this
all the
season,
focus has. Huh?
all because I've been what?
No. I said like take for example, I said like, are they going to make top four? Because like they are like what 2 points behind Man City or something like that. Yeah, two
Yeah.
points ahead of Man
So
City. Two
yeah, they're 2
points
points
ahead
ahead
of
of Man
Man
City.
City.
So
Like
this season is one of those seasons that is going to be very unpredictable
yeah.
because of how close the points are and how close the teams are in terms of quality. So
Mm-hmm,
I cannot definitely say this team is going to make top four because the way Newcastle is going, this is what they did. Is it 2 seasons ago where they started playing at some points and they just started ramping up points
mm-hmm.
because they're not in Europe. And
Yeah.
I'm going to make a future prediction right now. If Newcastle makes top four this season, they're not going to make top six next season.
I
If they
mean,
don't
of
if they don't
course
if they
now.
don't get if they don't get quality players. But right now, all their players are fit. They are playing like they are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac is on his form of his life right now. So we'll see. Samuel,
Yeah.
do you have your team of the season so far right now?
Oh, too much. Well, like Premier League team or like individual players in each position.
Premier League team.
Oh,
Premier League team.
without a doubt, Nottingham Forest now.
No. Sorry. No, I mean, don't jump the gun.
I
Um,
asked you.
in each position. In each position. Sorry,
That's
like
exactly.
a team like first 11.
First 11. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'll say I
So,
do.
Olu, do you have yours with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Um. So let's
Wait,
do this.
actually, before you go into that, I was just waiting for you guys to finish. But Olu, it seems like you are quick to point fingers at coaches sometimes. Though.
I mean, yeah. The reason why I do that is that, like, see, if you're doing good and they're praising you, when you're doing bad, they need to like castigate you as well. Like, at the end of the day, you're the leader of the team. It's your team. You're the leader. So when things are going good, everybody praises you and you take the praise. So when things are going bad, you need to take the criticism too.
Yeah,
It,
but
it goes two ways.
yeah. So I guess for me, it's just more like, to be fair, that team is young. Anybody that thought they will win the league is unfortunate. But
So
that
what if they
that
ended up winning the league?
what
What if they did win the league?
that would have been a big surprise.
But are they going to praise him? Like, yay, this guy is
Oh
like
no,
the
no,
best
without a
manager.
doubt. Obviously, when you're
Uh-huh.
on top, people will praise you. When you're down, people will knock you
Yeah,
down as well.
yeah.
But my point being, like, this run of games, and I think both of you kind of hinted on it. Usually, they play team one, Premier League, team two, another league, in the other competition, right? But
Mm-hmm,
now, especially December, is where like champions are actually made, right?
mm-hmm,
Because and why I say that is because all the games kind of like come back to back to back to back to back.
mm-hmm,
And that's where your quality actually shows. That's where people that were top start losing points. Then people that are actually trying to win it gain points. City,
mm-hmm.
they're always very good at that, December especially. So like now they are using those teams on a more regular basis. So I think fatigue is coming in. Then it's more like he doesn't have the option of switching up his team as much because you guys are saying about substitutions. The quality, if he's taking off someone like Kopama, for who? If he's taking off someone for Jackson, for who? If he's taking someone for Sancho, for who? Like the quality is.
No. I disagree. I disagree. What's his name?
Mhm.
Jackson for what's his name? Nkunku is a quality player.
Yeah, he's a quality player, but he hasn't reached the form we're expecting, Sha.
Who else do
Either
they even
because they're
have?
not playing him enough, I don't know, but I haven't seen much from him.
When Madueke was playing good earlier this season, people were praising him. So like again.
So the thing is, Madueke, like because you have some great moments, like this football is moments come and go, Sha, right?
Yeah.
But quality players have longer moments and they show their quality regardless,
Mhm.
right? Madueke is still striving, like he's trying to be a good, like I'm not saying he's a bad player, but he's trying to be a consistent player. He's not consistent,
Mhm.
right?
But this is my point, man. Like I've said this multiple times. I know like people want to say, yeah, they are young, da 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 da. First of all, I said like if they win the league, are we going to praise them? Everyone says yes, yes. You know. Second of all, like we need to consider like how much has been invested in this 1.3 billion. You know, 1.3. So like we can't keep on excusing like how much more do you want them to spend before we need to like they need to start taking accountability like oh shit like we need to start winning at the end of the day like you need to take
Uh,
at the end of the day get it done. Nobody cares like if you have young players or not, just get it done. That's the
Don't let us dwell on this too much because we have a lot of things to talk about.
yeah.
So let's do this. Sam, do you have paper and berry with you?
uh, yeah.
You do, okay. So when you guys are saying your team of the year, please don't explain why you are saying it. Just
Mhm.
read it out because we have a lot to talk about. I'm going to start. So I spoke with some people outside this podcast. Two of them have been guests to give us their team of the season so far, so that we can have a tiebreaker. So we are six of us, right? Did that count right? Yeah, six.
5.
Actually, we are five. Two people. Yeah, five. So that's good tiebreaker. Sam, please, right? So what we're gonna do is I'll read out the two of them's team of season so far. Then you say yours, two of you say yours, I'll say mine. Then we'll now do an aggregate of who is who for each team. Unfortunately, sometimes it might be 4-4-2, might be 4-3-3. So we have to like decide on that.
Mhm.
Do you all agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So Ayotunde, Olufemi's brother,
Okay. You want me
said
to write
is
their list, right?
so that we can do aggregates.
Okay.
So aggregate would be, say for example, the goalkeeper. The name that comes up the most will be the goalkeeper of the season.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah. So for Ayotunde's goalkeeper of the season is Raya. His defenders, he picked. Let me see. Let me see the defender. Okay, so he picked Milenkovic for Nottingham Forest, Van Dijk, Saliba, and Robertson.
Robertson.
We said
Robinson.
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 Robinson, not Robertson. Robertson. Meeting Robertson, not play this
I was
season.
about to say,
So, do you get that?
yeah, Mila. What's that guy's name?
Which one?
Milakovic or whatever.
Milenkovic.
Milenkovic. So, Milenkovic. Milenkovic,
Okay.
Van Dijk, Saliba, and Robinson. Then his midfielders is Kopama, Gravenberg, and Caicedo. Because going 4-3-3. And his attackers, Saka, Salah, and Isak. His manager of the season so far is Nuno Espirito. Okay. So for Agu,
Hey, hold on now. You are talking.
yeah.
I'm writing. Not the same speed.
Sorry. Just tell me where you need me to repeat.
Saka.
Salah and Isak.
Okay. Manager of the season.
Nuno Espirito.
Okay. Next.
Okay, so for Agu, he has Sales, these people's
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest goalkeeper.
Mhm.
He has Cucurella, Saliba, Van Dijk, and Olaina. He has
Oh, can you say that again? Say the defense again. Oh, say it again.
Cucurella,
Who's the goalkeeper?
Sales.
Sales,
Oh, okay,
Nottingham
okay.
Forest goalkeeper.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. And the defense?
Cucurella, Saliba, Van Dijk, and Olaina.
Mhm.
He's going 4-4-2.
Mm.
Then in the midfield, Luis Diaz, Gavin Beck, Caicedo, and Palmer. And in the attack, Salah and Isak.
Palmer, Salah, Isak.
Isak.
Just taking Salah.
Mm-mm.
Oh, winger. Wait, one striker.
Isak and Salah now.
Wait. Oh, so he's taking Salah as striker.
Yeah, 4-4-2.
I'm missing one
I
person.
mean, Luis Diaz is up there too, so Luis
Yeah.
Diaz can
Diaz,
be.
Palmer,
Oh,
Caicedo, and Gravenberch.
I missed Kai.
Yeah, yeah. So he's doing probably like 4-3-3 or 4-4-2, depending on how you want to do it. But because Luis Diaz plays more on the left, so that's why he's taking him as a left midfielder.
Okay.
I think they did not give him his player of the season, but if he
Who is
Agu
Agu's
chose
coach of the season?
no.
Oh, both of them, no.
Yes. Both of them, no.
All right.
So Sam, say your own.
Oh.
No explanation, please.
Well, I'm writing. Yeah. Okay. Well, mine is Sales. Left back would be what's this guy's name? Well, I think I'll pick two right backs. Olaina and Robertson for Fulham. Centre backs would be VVD and what's the other guy's name for centre back? That the Milakovic guy for from
Mm-hmm.
Nottingham Forest. Then midfield, Gravenberg, Cole Palmer, and McAllister. Then
Okay.
front three would be Salah, uh, Isak, and who's the third person? Can't even think of the third person right now. Oh, and Woods.
Okay. Chris Woods.
Yeah. Did you write it?
No, write it down now. You're the one that is doing it now. No be you they talk.
I'm speaking of the dome.
Or do you want me to repeat this back
No,
to you?
I know my pick.
Well, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
But Sam is still writing, so let's wait for him.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities.
I'll write solution. I'll just run on after.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Okay.
similarities. Yeah,
Oh,
my
yeah, okay,
goalkeeper
good.
is Raya. My right back,
Mm-hmm.
I'll pick Saliba. My two centre backs, Van Dijk and Gabriel. And my left back is Robinson. The midfield three would be Caicedo, Gravenberch, and Palmer. And the front three would be Salah, Wood, and Isak.
Salah, Wood, and Isak. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Wait,
Interesting.
so
Really interesting. I'm surprised.
Gravenberg, right? What's the other person for the midfield?
Oh, Caicedo, Gravenberch, Palmer. So that's the three. And the forward is Salah, Wood, Isak. Why did you say you're surprised?
No explanation. Don't worry. No explanation.
Manager. Oh yeah, my own manager this season will be Nuno / Slot.
Pick one.
Nuno. Nuno is
Okay.
brilliant. What's your own?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nuno is my manager.
Okay. So my goalkeeper is Sales. Defenders will be who's that right back again? But let me start from left back. Olaina. Two center backs will be Van Dijk and Milenkovic. Then I will pick This is gonna be very funny. I will pick Trent as my right back. Then midfielders, general consensus: Cole Palmer, Gravenberg, and Caicedo. 4-3, Salah, Salah, Salah. Don't want to pick Isak. Salah, Isak, and obviously Haaland. I'm a manager of the season. Nuno. I'll pick Nuno.
You making it think like you're thinking hard about it. You already know.
No. Actually, it's. I had the names in my mind, but I don't know. But yeah, so that's what we have. So while we are talking, Samuel, can you do the aggregates and give us the names that come out the most? Okay. So while Sam is compiling that, let me talk about. I'm keeping this for future. Let me talk about Ange. Ange. The curious case of Ange Postecoglou. I need to understand why this man is getting away with a lot of things. And this might sound like I'm a hater. I'm not a hater. The team I hate the most, and everybody knows, is Arsenal. Anything that concerns Arsenal. I'm not hating on Ange. I just don't like people overrating situations and things. Ange, their game against Newcastle, I watched that game live and I saw what happened. How do you score in the first 6 minutes? If I'm correct, is it 6 or fifth minute?
4th minute.
4th minute. Now, granted, 100% that should have been called a handball. The goal they conceded. I agree with that. I am not against that. And that's part of the discussions we've always been having about refereeing VAR. It's like a pendulum. It's going to swing there. It's going to swing here. When it's your turn, feel free to complain, but don't act as if there is a conspiracy against you. This now so they now consider they consider the first goal from obvious error, granted, and that started from them trying to be cute, passing from the back. Fine. Can you give me a good reason why a team will collapse off the fact that a wrong call was made against them from the 6th minute? And you're not telling me that's the reason why you lost the game? Because after the game, he came out to say if the scales were balanced, they will have won that game 100%. I'm like, dude, what are you watching? They were terrible in that game.
Wait, what
They
do you
were
mean
terrible.
Did you
They did
watch the
not play.
second half as well, right?
Hold on. I don't know. I've said this thing, I think, many times on this podcast. Spurs are not a full 90 minutes team.
Mm-hmm.
In that game, first half, they were terrible.
Okay.
Newcastle.
No, but wait, before you continue, you said they were terrible in the game. So that was like
Yes.
the whole game they were terrible.
Don't worry. I'm coming. They were terrible in the game.
All right, I'm done.
Newcastle. Okay. Newcastle has always been. I mean, I've noticed it, and you have noticed it. They did this thing against us where they played us the first 65 minutes. The next 25 minutes, they just sat back, allowed you to play whatever nonsense you want to play. Like, we're taking these 3 points. Do whatever nonsense you want to do in front of us. You're not going to score against us. They did that against us, and they repeated it against Tottenham. Tottenham started playing when they removed Isak 65th minute. Fact. Like, he's on. I checked when they removed him. Fact, that's when Tottenham started playing.
Wait, did you
And dude,
you watched the second half, right?
I watched the second half. They started playing well from 65 minutes. That's what I'm saying. 65 minutes to the end, it was all Tottenham. And Newcastle, like, you know what, we're going to defend. They removed all their attacking players and brought in defensive players. You cannot tell me, let's even say what I'm saying is nonsense. Let's even say, oh, they didn't play nonsense throughout the game. They did what they could do. You cannot tell me the reason why you lost that game was because of a decision made at the 6th minute. It wasn't a red card. It was a goal. We've seen teams who have gone down the first minute and come out to win. And knowing how Spurs have been this season, that excuse doesn't hold water because we know how they've collapsed. They've not been good for the span of 90 minutes that they've dominated and no consistent goals. He now went on to talk nonsense at the press conference. Now, in the game they played against Liverpool today, there were some calls that went for them, for Spurs. And I'm like, this man is not going to talk about this, so because the player that scored against Liverpool should have been kicked out of the game for the
Uh-huh.
two crazy fouls he made,
Yeah, you should
he
have.
committed. But that man is not going to talk about, oh, the skills are balanced, yada, 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 because the person that committed the foul scored the goal. The minute the guy scored the goal, he now quickly removed him because he knows that the next foul he's getting is to be a red card. I just think that man is just pushing it. Personally, just think so. That's all I have to say about Ange. The floor is yours.
I personally think second half they played a lot better. First half, yeah, I could see like there was a shift in momentum, to Newcastle. But like second half, they actually came out to play. They tried, but like they just couldn't score, And secondly, that goal that stood wasn't like for the for the Premier League to say that there's VAR and the VAR saw that and allowed that. That says a lot, man. That says to me, that's a big disgrace on the Premier League that they
Do,
can
do, do,
allow
you know- do,
that
you know-
kind of goal.
do you know the excuse EPL made? They said because the goal came after like I think like two passes from
Oh,
from that
God.
mistake from that handball.
So literally
If it
from
was
that
if it
they
was
scored. They scored
yeah,
from
but
that
like
play.
so
So
they're saying that if we had scored directly, like if handball like the hand has scored the goal, or if the handball was close to the goal scoring opportunity or chance, it would have been a handball. But because we're like like
uh,
series of passes
I
after
don't know.
that,
I don't
I'm
know. I don't
like,
see the purpose of VAR if it cannot correct mistakes like that. At
we know
least
now, we know now,
if you see a
we know. It's
clear,
not.
if you see something clear, then
Mm,
again, like I said, it's common sense. That's a common sense. Like even a high school kid would see that and say, like, yeah, this is a foul and the goal should not stand. Talk less of a professional that's actually like trained for a specific role. Like, come on, like apply common sense sometimes. Like that's not supposed to be a goal, in my opinion.
I,
You know.
I know what's funny. You know what's funny? There were a series of handballs this past game week, and they gave some and they didn't give some. It's just crazy. There was one Wolves against who did they play? Who did Wolves play again? Remind me.
Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest. Wolves handled the ball in the box 18. They didn't call it. United against Liverpool. Granted, that's a foul. That's handball any day, anytime. They call that. Which other one again? So the Tottenham one, Newcastle one, and I can't remember another one. But my point is, you see that United one. You see that Newcastle one.
Mm-hmm.
United against is it Arsenal or it was Spurs? United against Spurs. Somebody handled the ball. It was Romero inside the box 18. They say no, it's not a penalty. I say because of the distance. I'm like, really, really. So the issue has always been for me is consistency. I don't mind you calling ridiculous, making ridiculous calls, but be consistent with your ridiculousness. Let us all know that okay, this is a foolish call, but you have to call it regardless for everybody. You cannot wake up one day and say the tea is hot. The next day you're saying tea is warm. The next day
Uh-huh.
you're saying the tea is cold. Let it be a uniform temperature. Samuel, are you ready for us?
Yeah, I've been ready. I told you.
Okay, so yes, hear you.
All right, so I'll start with the people that got the most votes. So I'm just gonna tell you guys based on the votes, the team of the season. Right.
Correct.
All right. Cool. So based on votes, the keeper of the season is Cells. Uh, right back is Alaina, Saliba. What's this guy's name? Miljokovic. VVD. Well, we had a tie for the defense, but I'll just go with Saliba. So because this guy also got the same number of votes, what's his name? Robertson. Then for midfield, we have Cole Palmer, Gravenberg, Caicedo. Then for the front three, we have Salah, Isak, and Wood.
I'm really surprised that Saka did not feature in that in that front three. I'm really shocked.
Then
But
obviously then a unanimous um agreement on Nuno being the
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I don't think any of us have any reservation on that list, except that a lot of Arsenal players did not really feature this time around because we believe that Arsenal players are the best in the league, but it's a surprise that they did feature. Anyway, let's talk about City. They finally gotten a little bit of groove, even though there were still opportunities for the teams to score them. I I think Savinho has found his place in that left because him and Alan they were cooking. They really cooked in that game. It was the same play, the first goal and second goal, exactly the same thing. I'm like, how long? Why did it take Mr. Baldy this long to discover that that might be his solution, temporary solution for when his other team, um, his players will get their their confidence and form back. Did you guys watch the game?
No, I did not.
Nah.
You didn't watch the game? Oh, yeah. They I mean, I think for City, their issue is not them playing well. They are actually playing well. It's just them finding that final pass to link their midfield or their play to the strikers to score. That's the issue. But we'll see.
But
We'll
but
see
but
if
that's not their only issue though. Their other issue is that they are conceding a lot of chances
yeah,
at
yeah, yeah,
goal.
yeah, yeah. I mean, so I think for them, teams are beginning to feel confident to say if we have a go at them, we can score. Which teams have always tried, but now it's just really, really coming to fruition.
Yeah, it's
People are really
becoming very easy.
getting away with it. Yeah, and obviously in those days you are scared of them scoring you, but now like they can't score, so don't worry about them. They can't score. Let's counter. Let them have the ball and we'll score them. But we'll see. Granted, is the games the two games they've won are against teams that they should be. They're not strong teams right
Hey,
now.
so they beat
But
West Ham and who?
Leicester.
West Ham and Leicester City.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, speaking of West Ham, they sacked their manager.
Yeah, they are
Did they?
getting Potter.
Oh,
They
so Potter is
sacked
the
him
new manager
yesterday.
now.
That's what I saw. Headline
I
was.
mean, they cancelled the press conference now. They were
Okay.
supposed to, there were rumors about it, but I'm not sure if they triggered that already.
Yeah, because I saw a
Uh,
headline about Potter being the well, having agreement with
front
Potter.
runner.
Not
Mm,
confirmed, just having agreement with Potter.
Oh yeah, they sacked him.
that's
Potter.
crazy, man. No, Lupitegi.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's crazy because we saw that coming. Like we saw that coming miles. We saw it coming. Again, back to my what's it called? My talk. A route one manager gets the job, it gets you up, keep you up. You stay the season. Next season, you say he's not doing well. He's not playing your type of football. You want the progressive manager. Progressive manager comes, struggles. You sack him. You bring him back. A route one manager. The cycle continues.
So
But
is Graham a
so it
Route
is.
One manager or progressive?
Um, that's a very good question. So is in between. I think I'll lean towards more progressive,
Yeah.
but we'll see what he plays with this West Ham, because West Ham they play a certain type of football. You don't expect them to pass from the back, because who's going to pass from the back for them? But we'll see how Potter succeeds there, because it's a different kettle from Brighton to West Ham. The recruitment is different. The philosophy is different. So we'll see. Okay, I'll be keeping this for a very long time. I don't know if I should go Arsenal or go Liverpool first. Do you want to do rock paper scissors? Let me talk about Arsenal. Arsenal. The best team in the world. Olu, do you remember when I told you guys that you guys cannot score without corner kicks?
I don't
You remember
remember.
me
But
saying that?
continue your sentence.
Okay. The game against uh was it Brighton? Was it Brighton? I'm trying to remember.
Like this weekend,
No, the game before Brighton.
Brentford.
I think it was Brighton. Was it Brentford?
Yeah, we played Brentford on the 1st, a week
And we
ago.
recorded by then, right? We recorded
No,
after then.
yeah, we recorded on Thursday, so before Brighton.
Before Brighton. Okay, so it's Brighton. Arsenal, you guys are jokers. You guys started delaying the game from the 25th minute. I'm like, really? Really? Seriously? But that's even my issue. Tell me why so many times during the game, Arsenal players had the opportunity to shoot the ball, but decided to make one extra pass and move towards the corner flag for corner kicks. Arsenal had 11 corner kicks in that game, 42 crosses. I thought you guys were joking about being Stoke City. You guys are taking this thing seriously. Oh.
I really don't think what you're
Cold.
saying is a factual statement. Like, we had the opportunity to
Which,
shoot. Wait, let me finish. There's one thing to troll. Trolling is allowed, right?
I'm
But,
not trolling.
but
Okay, I can give you. Hold on. You watch the game, right?
yeah,
Let me
I
just
watched
say
the
this
game.
part. I can
You-
give you an instance that I saw. I was like, you guys are jokers.
uh-huh.
Calafuri or whatever his name is had the opportunity to shoot. I was like, shoot this ball. No, he rolled the ball, carries the ball into the box 18, and made one pass, another pass, and went to corner. Do you remember Calafuri doing that
I
during
don't
the game?
remember. I have to go
I
rewatch it,
remember vividly.
but you saying that we go and we play to get the corner kick, I think that's a false statement. You know,
Okay.
because I watched the game.
You
See,
don't worry, don't
do we
worry.
get a lot
You
of
have a
corner
chance.
kicks? Do we get a lot? Of course, we get a lot of corner kicks because we're trying to cross the ball and they deflect it and it goes to the corner. You know, and we play a lot of winning
Okay.
games as well.
Okay.
But you saying that like we are trying to shoot and then we take it all the way to the corner? Ah, come on. You know, you can throw, but
Okay,
like
don't worry.
sometimes you have to be
Relax.
factual now.
Relax. Don't worry. I have some numbers to read out because today I came with numbers.
Yeah,
I came
I'll
with numbers
prepare
today.
for your pass.
Okay, just relax. I'm going to read out some things because we had conversation about this thing in the past.
Now.
So XG.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to read out XGs for this team,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to tell you the scoreline, and I'm going to give you the two teams, and you have to tell me which team had the highest SG. So I won't say the dates because if I say the dates, you might know. So the XG for this game, for the first team, 2.91. The second team is 0.92. Right? The game ended 7-0. This one's very easy. It was between Liverpool and United. So who had 2.91 and who had 0.92?
Oh, Liverpool had two. If it was 7-0, Liverpool had 2.91.
Okay. So in another game, SG was 3.01.
Mm-hmm.
The second team was 1.33. The game ended 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it was between Liverpool and United.
Mm-hmm.
So which team had 0.3?
Of course, it was Liverpool. It
3.01?
was this weekend. I guess what's your point?
I'm coming now. Relax. Just relax. I'm coming.
And that 3 point something to 1 point something was this weekend.
Okay.
And we're going to speak more about it, you know, because
The wait now. I'm coming.
no. I said we're
calm down.
going to.
Say, baby, calm down. So in this game, the XG was 3.76 versus 1.53. The game ended 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
And the game was between Arsenal and Newcastle. So tell me which team had 3.76 and which
Of
team had
course, it was Arsenal that
1.53.
had the 3 point something, and
Okay.
Newcastle had the other one.
Okay, so when you watch that game, right, can you confidently tell me that Arsenal played a game of 3.76 SG? Because, the breakdown,
Mm-hmm.
Simon, listen to this part.
I'm listening.
The breakdown of the game, more than half of Arsenal's SG. And now I'm screaming. I don't want to scream into the mic. I just got a new microphone. Ayotunde gifted me for my birthday. Thank you, Ayotunde. The half of the SG, more than half of Arsenal's SG was from set piece. And you're telling me you're not a
I
corner
think
kick
that's a
team.
false statement. Let me remind you of.
Hold on. Relax. I'm coming. I'm building. I'm coming. I'll give you a chance. Don't worry. Just calm down. I can give you 30 minutes to talk to the end of the podcast. And I watched the game. Like, I saw this in my eyes. All of the, like, more than 65% of Arsenal chances were from corner kicks where they almost scored
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't score. And which is why I don't, because you guys will go home and say, oh, we played a winning game. We should have won that game, right? It's fine for you to think that as fans. But using your eyes, your kuro eyes, using your eyes to watch the game, you know that that's not the story. Because from your corner kicks, that you guys could have scored, you guys did not score. And that's where most of the SGs came from.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say Arsenal is a corner kick team, Stoke City, because you have 42 crosses, 11 corners. 11. The first half, you had like 4. Second half, you had like almost 1,000 corner kicks. I'm like, what's happening here? What am I watching? But you guys lost that game.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me go and check my notes. Let me check my notes. Now, Arteta now, in the game you guys lost, the Carling Cup, I mean, what was that in Carabao Cup? Don't you feel ashamed as a fan? Don't you feel a disgrace? Like, wow, this is what my team has turned into. Where you guys play quarterfinal. You know, sometimes they allow the top teams enter the competition, maybe from semi-final, enter in final, the way they do in World Club Cup. No, this is not the case. You guys started this competition from quarterfinal. You guys started the quarterfinal game. You won the game convincingly. I was even saying
quarterfinals now. Come on.
Where do you enter?
We've played at least 2 or 3 games prior to Newcastle.
Okay.
They played
You're even making my point.
Yeah, your facts right, man.
I know.
Your facts are
I know.
not even
Hold
right.
on now. Hold on. I'm even trying to help you, but you get the gist.
Okay.
You get the gist.
Get the gist, but explain it more.
Okay. I'm coming now. Just relax. So what I'm saying is, you guys not start. You guys don't enter the competition in semi-final. That's my point. And I was even praising you that I texted you. I said you guys might have gotten you might have found a solution, quote unquote, for your striking position with Gabriel, right? Gabriel Jesus, not my Lord and Savior, Lord Jesus Christ. This one is Gabriel Jesus. Now, don't you feel ashamed that your manager now comes in and say the ball was too light? I'm like, the ball was too light.
Whenever I'm ready,
you guys beat.
Let me know when to respond to your question. I want to speak fully.
I know you are eager to talk. So
yeah,
let me
that's
talk.
why I want you to I need you to finish what you're saying, then I'll respond to
Then wrap it up then.
How can you tell me, because you guys beat the team in quarterfinal, you guys beat them well. You now enter semi-final first leg and you lost 2-0, and you're telling me that's because of the ball. Like, the ball Newcastle used to play is different from the ball Arsenal played. But anyway, you guys are still in the competition. You're still like, there's opportunity for you guys. If it was 3-0 now, I said, oh, game over. But you guys can still do something. So I'm not counting you guys off. You guys are very, very lucky. But back to my original talk. Arsenal as a club, you guys are a disgrace. From your manager to your fans to your owners, complete disgrace. The floor is yours. I'm going to mute my mic. I will not say anything.
No.
I'm not saying anything.
I'm going to ask you questions, and
I'll give you full 3 minutes.
Wait.
Okay.
The first thing was about Arteta. Did you watch the full interview?
I did.
You did or you didn't?
I did. I watched it.
Okay. Did you see that they asked him a question?
They asked the question was, you've spoken about the ball previously. So it's not even like it was a new information or new statement.
They said other managers.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. I granted, right? Granted that. Hold on. Granted that they asked him, other manager. No. Tell me. You said common sense. You just lost a game. Why will you answer a question like that, knowing that you lost a game?
Yeah, that's why I say
the whole world would think. Hold on. You asked me a question. Let me answer now. The whole world would think you are a sore loser. You should have said, this is not a time for me to answer that kind of question. Because you know fully well that the world is going to misconstrue what you said.
Yeah. So
You cannot
that's
tell
why
me.
I'm putting
So
the
is
question.
your lack
That's why
is your lack of self-awareness, lack of having, like, you don't feel embarrassed. You don't feel embarrassed. You now say, oh yeah, the body is different. Like, dude, Newcastle is the same EPL team. It's not like a League One team. But what's the question you want to ask?
that's why I asked you the question so that you can confirm if you watched it or not. And you
So
confirm.
the
Wait now.
way I set it, oh sorry, the way I set it up, it was a setup. Trust me, it was a setup. Because I knew you were going to say this.
Yeah,
But continue.
like, because I'm that kind of person that is like, if there's something that comes out, because we know the society that we live in, people are looking for clickbait and so on. I put that responsibility on Arteta because he shouldn't have responded in that way. He was just honest about it, but he also still said that you have to adapt. But at the end of the day, it's clickbait now. People are only going to post what they want people to see, media and all that stuff. But they literally asked him the question about the ball. He's not the one that just came out that. So what people are seeing is like he just came out and started saying, oh, the ball this, the ball that. No, they literally asked him that other managers have complained about the ball. What is your take on it? And then he responded to that. But he also added to that same statement that, like, at the end of the day, you still have to adapt, But to me, that was his biggest flaw or fault. You're not supposed to answer that question in that way. Just say like, yeah, we lost and all that stuff. He was.
It's because there's no shame. He's shameless. That's the thing. That's my own point.
But wait,
That's my own
imagine
point.
they come and ask you a question that, oh, people have been complaining, and you're going to respond positively. But he also said you have to adapt. But again, you're only pointing out, the part that you want to hear, Sheon, and most other people.
I know.
Let me
You
finish,
want to.
if you're.
Hold on.
Well, you finish.
I know you
gave me
want
the
to.
floor. You gave me the floor to
Wait
speak.
now.
Allow the guy now.
Okay, I'm listening.
You gave me the floor to
I'm listening.
speak. I think you only
I'm
picked
listening.
the part that you wanted to hear. And I think that's most people. Most people only pick the part. If it's trolls, I think trolling is normal, man. Like, you're going to troll. But if you're going to talk factually, then I feel like you need to consider, like, the question that was asked and the response that was given, like, fully. You're not just going to pick one side and just say like, yeah, this is an embarrassment. Da, 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 da. At the end of the day, I still think that he should have responded to the question in a different way, because it's just a bait. They are baiting him to, like, what's the word? To sell paper and all that stuff at the end of the day. What was the other things that you mentioned? I know I wanted to speak about the Arteta one first before I go to the XG. Oh yeah, the XG one. I mean, Martinelli had a clear chance, one-on-one chance that contributed to the XG, and Kai Havertz had possibly the clearest chance in that game. True or false, Sheon?
Are you not ashamed to ask me that question? Are you not ashamed? How can a footballer, how can a player in a top club want to head the ball? Do you know?
Oh my God.
It's actually funny because he headed that ball after the ball touched his shoulder. I'm like,
crazy.
dude.
I didn't realize how bad he was. It's crazy. It's insane.
No, it's not crazy. It's not crazy because how can you ask me that kind of question? You're not ashamed. Normally, if I was one, I would try not to even talk about that.
Now, so I'm responding
Hold on.
to what you brought up. I'm not.
If I were you,
When I respond to question, I respond to it fully. I'm not just trying to, like, just say, oh yeah, this, that. No, I have to respond to it. Obviously, I also know, like, the corner kicks were part of the XG and all that stuff, but I'm also going to respond accordingly to the question that you posed to me.
Okay, can I talk now?
What was
Can I
your
talk
third
about
question?
Havertz?
What was your third question?
If hold on now, if I were you, I would have tried not to. I would have hidden Havertz's chance. I'll have hidden it. I wouldn't have spoken about it.
Why?
I wouldn't have spoken about it.
He missed the chance.
It's an embarrassment.
I mean, everybody.
It's an embarrassment.
Højlund has missed chances. Xerxes has missed chances. What's his name? Everybody has missed chances.
Okay.
Was it a bad chance to miss? Yes. Because it's a bad chance to miss. That doesn't mean I'm not going to bring it up. I'm going to speak about everything entirely. I'm not going to say like, he was not supposed to miss. He was supposed to miss. No, he was supposed to score that chance. But I'm going to respond to your questions accordingly. That's the main thing.
Okay.
You're asking me questions, and I'm going to respond to everything that you're asking. That's pretty much it. Am I going to take the blame off Arsenal? Like, oh, da da da. No. Like, I expected them to win that game, but
Okay.
again, I'm responding to your questions that you're asking. What was the
Are you
third thing?
done?
What was it? There was one more thing you mentioned. I forgot.
I can't remember. I can't remember what I said.
You have
The
your
eight
notes
is very
now. You
deep.
brought your
So
notes. You brought it ready. I don't have notes, so but I'm
uh,
responding to your questions.
you guys started wasting time from 25th minutes.
What game was that?
That was against Brighton.
Yeah, see, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, that's one of the faults of Arteta. Like, I feel like for us now, especially this season, he's really slowed down the game, and I get frustrated with that. They waste time on throw-ins, they waste time on corner kicks, they waste time on literally even penetrating the other team. They waste time, So, like, yeah, I criticize Arteta for that. I do that on a steady, like the wasting time. Like, it pisses me off the way they waste time doing everything. But yeah, do you have any other questions for me to
I don't have
respond?
any question. I don't. You guys are just a disgrace.
Sorry,
That's
Pastor
my
is education. What's
final.
Man you?
Don't worry.
Okay, we're not go video.
Let's move on, please. The main reason why we are here, Samuel,
Alpha.
there is drama at Anfield.
Drama
Can
at
you
Anfield, though.
explain?
Oh,
Wait now. Are you a Liverpool fan? Farabale, calm
I'm
down.
a football fan,
I
so I
think
pay
what we
attention
talked
to
about.
everybody.
I think it's talking about what we talked about. Let me see, but continue.
There's drama at the Anfield, and I'm telling you this because he buttresses my hatred for Carragher. And I've said it many times that I don't like that guy. I don't like him at all. So, can you explain to the audience, people that are listening, our fans, your fans, people that love to hear your voice, what's going on with your contract situation? Salah, Van Dijk, and Trent, the big three.
Oh, no, don't tire me. But I know. Quick summary. What's it called? With Salah, the FG committee, I think we're mainly worried about a decline in Salah's performances, especially after signing a contract, especially with his age and his demands. He's demanding fees that we usually don't give players. And as I think I've mentioned to you on this podcast and in person, that we have a structure on how we pay players, and we don't want to break that structure. We don't have money like the cities and co. So we try to capitalize on how we pay our players. But now Salah is trying to make us break the bank for him. Is he worth it? Yes, his numbers are showing that he's worth it. He's the main glue to the attack. He's creating, he's scoring. He's always having an impact in the game. But financially for us, are we going to benefit? Probably not. Because the contract he's asking for, we probably can buy a player for that amount of money that we'll be paying him. But at the end of the day, I think they have to come to an agreement of either he does the 1 year extension, and from there we can keep on giving him 1 year extensions or whatever it is. But I don't know. I feel like he would still sign. All this is just drama. He's trying to put pressure. Who would fold or who would succumb quick to whoever's pressure? But it's all a mind game at the moment from Salah. I would say he knows he deserves it, but at the end of the day, there's a economic structure to the team or to the company or to the club. With Trent is a little. One moment you think he wants to stay, the other moment, like I do genuinely believe he's tempted by Real Madrid. I don't blame him, but I think I I'm comfortable with us losing him if we can. If he really wants to go, I think I'm comfortable with that. Amongst the three of them, I think I'll be most comfortable with Trent going.
For
Uh,
free?
no, I'm not saying for free, but like amongst three of them to renew their contracts, if we had to pick two, I think I'm more comfortable with Trent going. But the only downside to Trent going is that he's the youngest amongst the three of them. So there's more future. There's more of a future with him than the other two.
Wait,
But
so let me ask this before you continue. So are you saying that they should sell him right now, or he should go for free in the summer?
to be honest, if we're to sell right now, nobody will want to buy.
No, Real Madrid already put in a bid now.
No, we rejected it because like I didn't. I remember they put in a bid, but I don't know how much they're putting a bid for. I don't know how much it was for. That's the only thing.
Yeah, it was
Secondly,
like 20-something million.
yeah, if in reality he's what more than that. So it's either we get him to sign contract. I know we're trying to get him to sign contract because we can sell him for a whole lot more later on. 20 million is like now that's what Madrid wants to even. That's the sign on if he goes for free.
Mm-hmm.
So like is 20 for his caliber of player and his age is really nothing. It's really nothing.
Yeah, continue the next name.
Then with Van Dijk, heard Van Dijk agent, he went to Madrid that he should sign him, but they rejected him. So he is the most probable that would sign contract with. I don't think he should be that difficult. But I would admit that he has shared the least information in regards to the contract situation. So nobody really knows. He's kind of shying away from the media or avoiding the questions. But I think with him, he would be the most likely we would want to sign because I think amongst three of them, he's the most important. And I think they would sign him off. And his contract demand is not the same as Salah. But I think if Salah really would decide the future, if we give Salah his contract, would actually decide Liverpool structure moving forward. Because at that point, there are players that will come about that will want to be demanding those kind of numbers or the numbers that they really don't deserve. They will not be trying to demand for it. So I think Salah's demand would actually be more monumental compared to the other two.
Okay, let me tell you the reason why I say I hate Carragher, and he's showing himself. Do you hear what he said about Trent and Salah?
He said they should take a leaf from Van Dijk's book.
Van Dijk.
Well, and which the only reason I would say I understand what he's saying is because, but I don't know why he said Trent. It's only going to be Salah because I don't think Trent talks as much about his contract at all. With Van Dijk, it's like nobody really knows the situation. It's take away that comment. Like obviously, whatever you guys are discussing, let it be between you and the club, the coach, and whatever it is, the backroom staff, right? Not you then coming out. Like that's the only thing I would say Salah is doing. Salah is getting away with what he's doing because of the quality or what he's producing at the moment and his stature as a player. Because in reality, other players doing that and not producing, you would actually be roasting Salah a whole lot.
So don't you think Salah has I would say gotten that fortitude to do that?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Don't you
saying.
think
Like,
don't you think
that's why people are actually letting it slide by.
so don't you think it's big enough in football in general, not even for Liverpool in general, for him to want to act that way?
That's what I'm saying. We're saying the same thing. That's what I'm saying. He's getting the leeway. That's what I'm saying. If he was not that key to Liverpool, that big as a figure outside of even Liverpool, he wouldn't be getting away with a lot of things he's saying or doing.
Okay. So do you think this whole situation is going to affect your season?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay, so why the hell are the people now being on Trent's head that it's because of his contract situation, that's why he doesn't want to play football?
Yeah.
Feel like he didn't want to be on the pitch.
People will always make comments, right? Unfortunately for us human beings, you have one bad game, they'll say it's your contract. You have a great game, he's playing for his contract. It's always going to be about his contract. That's one thing for sure. Because the same way we can say about Salah, people are saying Salah is playing playing for his contract, right? It's always going to be tied to the contract. That's always going to be the narrative, especially when it's your contract year. So I'm not going to fall into that shenanigans of because it's affecting contract. No, No.
Anyway, the one you wanted him to talk about that you thought I was going to say, you guys are in trouble because the way you guys played in your last two games, if you don't get your act together, you're going to allow a club like Arsenal to sneak in and put you guys under pressure. But you say you don't believe in it. Tell the world what you told me
About what?
about you guys being in trouble.
No, I don't think we're in trouble. See,
Okay.
see, you've made these comments in the past before. You made the same comment about even.
No, I'm saying
Well,
like
hold
right
on
now,
now.
the way you guys are
Let me
playing.
finish. Let me finish. Plain or not,
Mm.
nobody's going to be 100% perfect in an entire season. It's impossible. We've gone how many games unbeaten? We've only
24.
lost. Oh yeah, like gone how many games unbeaten? We've lost only two. Well, making it two
No,
games in an entire
this was 1 in 24.
in an entire season and drawn a few games. And now like we're in trouble. No, like things have to be a lot more reoccurring. Like there has to be evidence. When the moment I'll say we're in trouble is when we start having injuries, right? This transfer window, I'm hoping we can buy a few players because the only thing I'll say injuries and fatigue because injury can be caused by fatigue or whatever. But the team as a whole, the setup, they are actually buying into his process. So in the fact of falling or whatnot, I entirely disagree with that.
No,
So what I meant is that I'm not saying you guys will fall so far, but I'm saying you're going to allow other teams come close to you and put you guys under pressure. That's what I'm
So
saying.
now,
Because did you watch you guys game today
I
against Spurs?
haven't watched any game.
Okay. So that's where I made my conclusion from. I said if you guys don't play better than the way you guys did today and you face a team like Forest, I even thought that Forest was far. I don't know if Forest is very close for you people. If you guys play like the same way against Forest and Forest come on their egg game, they might just do a double on you guys. And
And if they do
that's
that,
that's bad.
that if they do, that's fine. First, two, they're on form, right? That's fine. Everybody's on fire. But for the Spurs game and all of that, I didn't watch it. But knowing, I read some comments in regards to the ref having multiple bad calls, right? That affects games. But regardless of that, it's football. You have your blips, you have your lows, then you get back up. And I
Mm.
believe we'll just get
Okay.
back up.
the only thing I'll
Okay.
add is that like we're speaking initially is like momentum, man. You know, and I feel like this whole season Liverpool has been on a high momentum, right?
Yeah.
And these last few games, even the Man U game, I don't think Liverpool played bad. I just feel like it was the expectation.
Yeah.
The expectation coming to the game was that Liverpool is going to smack Man U, and like for Man U is like we're going to be smacked. So that's why I say like I feel like people should like remove emotions and go back and watch that game. You know, like Liverpool had a lot of chances to really score. Man U
Yeah.
had chances though to
That
score.
was also made great saves.
Yeah, Liverpool had a
Like,
lot of chances. Like people don't really see that because of the emotions in the game. There's emotions because like Liverpool fans are like, "What the heck is this? Why are we not like smacking these guys?" And Man U fans are like, "Shit, man, we're not even conceding and all that stuff. We're doing good." So it's like at the end of the day, I feel like that game to Liverpool was a bad game. You know, but if it was a level playing ground, it was like it was a very equal game.
yeah,
You know,
to the standards, I get thanks for that point, but to the standards of Liverpool and what, especially with that 7-0 and
yeah,
the five zeros and 4 zeros we've given them in the past, there's high expectations. And even with the
yeah,
way we were playing, there were high expectations. I would give credit where credit is due. United played well,
yeah.
right? They played well. But at the end of the day, should we have did we have the ability of beating them in that game with the way we
Yeah,
played? Yes.
yeah. I was saying this. I was explaining to someone like if both teams took all their chances, I think Liverpool would have won that game. If like both teams were just like taking all their chances, I personally think like Liverpool would have won that game. However, you know, during the game, it just felt like Man U had the upper hand, and they had that final chance to kill the game, and all that stuff. But
Olu, did you watch their game against Tottenham today?
yeah, yeah, I watched it. I watched it. But
You did?
yeah, I watched
Okay.
it. Um, they had chances in the game as well to win the game. You know,
So my question for you, hold on, because Sam did not watch it. You've seen a lot of Liverpool games.
mhm.
How many games have you seen Liverpool that open the way they did against Spurs?
There's been a
The way
lot.
they
There's
were,
been a
they
decent
couldn't
amount
pass.
of games this season that like I've like Liverpool didn't really play anything and they won the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
against Arsenal,
Hold
we didn't
on.
play anything.
yeah, and they
Especially
did the
Let
after,
game
me
against RB
let me
Leipzig.
let me ex-
You know, and they won the game.
oh
Like,
yeah,
let me
that like fun.
let me explain where I'm coming from. My point is against Tottenham. I'm not talking about United because I'm going to talk about United game
uh-huh.
separately. So don't just jump the gun. Against Spurs, they couldn't even pass the ball. They were making silly mistakes. It wasn't mistakes were only coming from Spurs pressuring them.
Yeah,
It was them just losing the ball
yeah,
uncharacteristically
and and
of
and
Liverpool.
that's why I say
That's my point.
momentum. Like momentum is not on their side right now. You know, right
Okay.
now, at least from the last, especially from that Man U game, then you go into this game, you lose. You know, it's just momentum. You know, but again,
Okay.
it can go up and they're tides. Like, you know, same thing as Arsenal. Like momentum is completely not on our side right now. You know.
Everything we always have to bring us nine to it. We always have to try to
Oh
bring us
my
nine to
god.
it. Anyway, let's
No,
talk
yeah,
about
for Arsenal
United.
is
Let's talk about
I've never
let's talk about
I
United
didn't know it was
and
that bad. I
the
didn't know it
main.
was that bad.
Yeah, that jam.
Let's talk about United against Liverpool at Anfield. Um, I remember saying at some point last podcast that I'm trying not to be emotional. I'm trying to control my emotions when it comes to United games, and exactly how I express myself is what I saw. Granted, I expected Liverpool to beat us because of what we've experienced in the past. We've not been on good form. We've lost all our games in the past 5 games and won only one against City, which again falls into the discussion of preparedness and emotions by everyone and players being up for the game. And for Liverpool, I felt it's one of those games where everybody wants you to fail and you be like, oh, you know what, I'm going to show you guys.
Mhm.
That's what I personally felt happened in that game. Because I don't think United can play like that in the next game. Like the very next game, I don't think we are playing like that. And also shows that and I'm going to give bonus. I'm going to give bonus. I'm going to give points. I'm going to give points to the manager Amorim. He was prepared for that game. I saw the preparedness, unlike the previous manager that wasn't prepared for the game. I saw that in this
But
in this
your
game.
previous manager drew last season 0-0 now. What's the difference?
That was so
No,
that
no,
game. Was it 2-2?
0-0 last season in
I
in
thought.
um
Oh,
in Anfield.
you
Yeah,
talk
he drew
Anfield.
0-0. Yeah, last season.
Yeah. So I mean, at that point, Liverpool were not high flying.
No,
It was a
Liverpool
No, no,
were
different
no.
literally
complexion to the
high
game.
flying, literally exactly the same
Oh
as
yeah, yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. Remember
Yeah.
what? Yeah, yeah.
And he
Yeah.
came and drew 0-0.
Oh, Jojo. I got so
Anyway,
many chances.
I mean, this season is Amorim's first game against Liverpool. I'm talking about Ten Hag's first game against Liverpool compared to
That's first
this
game against
game.
Liverpool. He
Uh,
won
Won.
2-1.
We won. We won.
the game that he put, the game that
He
he put
won
Bruno
2-1.
on
His first
Trent,
game against Liverpool, he won that game.
Yeah, he won.
the game he put, the only game he put in EPL that he
You
put
know the funny thing, Ten
Trent.
Hag beats Klopp more times like than Klopp beat Ten Hag.
Guy, they only met. How many times they meet?
No, I'm
Because
serious. I
we had
think
this
we've spoken
conversation.
about
It's
it
like
before.
literally 2-1.
Ten
It was
Hag
literally
beats
2-1.
yeah, but he beat you guys in FA Cup. He beat
Uh-huh.
you guys that first game. I know it was 2-1. Yeah,
No,
you know.
that's it now.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to
Anyway,
downplay Liverpool, but like I'm just trying to like the statement that you just made is like, yo, it's not like Ten Hag did not prepare to come. Don't get to say there are games he got smart. Yeah, but
anyway, um, kudos to the manager and everyone, and I felt the emotions kind of compelled the players to want to play a certain way because we've not scored at Anfield in a long time, and we I would say for the first 5 minutes you could tell that okay, these guys wanted to play because I've not seen us mark in going to attackers like that in a very long time. It showed that okay, you guys wanted to wrestle these players, and I felt Liverpool were shell shocked that, oh, these guys came to play, and kind of caught them off guard. That's just my own personal opinion. Bruno, I think that man needs occasional red cards because that's probably one of the best games I've seen him play in a very long time. And I made some comment to some of United fans that we need a player that would be in a mode of. I was even like cracking my head. I didn't think about so many players. I was like, I need a player that will come into that midfield because I guess a game against Arsenal, we didn't have that player to help us get out of the low block that we had. Because every time we tried to progress the ball, we were missing passes, they were pressing us, and we were losing the ball. So we needed a player that would dribble one or two first pressers of the ball and pass, give a very good pass so we can progress the ball attacking wise. And I was thinking, I was like, oh, which player can we use? I was just spitballing. And I said Bernardo Silva. I'll play Bernardo Silva in that midfield just to do something for me. But it was later that I realized that, oh, the players that can do that, like Musiala, like the guy in Witz in what's his name, Bayern Leverkusen. Exactly what I wanted that those kind of players to do. What I wanted them to do was what Bruno did in the second half. Hold the ball, know when to pass, beat the press, dribble into pockets. Meno was doing that in the first half. He did that well. He was missing the ball. He was missing some passes in some point, but at some point he got warm and he got better in the game. Dalot impressed me because that yellow card he got, I was expecting him that this guy's gonna get a red card in this game. And I don't know what tweak they made. He didn't face Salah too much after that yellow card and decided to face Trent. I'm sure Trent probably had nightmares from a fullback in Dalot because every time Dalot faced Trent, it just went through.
Yeah, I personally feel
But
like
yeah,
what's his name? Salah didn't have a good game in that game. You know.
yeah, I don't no, Salah didn't. I didn't see. I'm going to say this, but you guys can say maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think I saw Salah do much in that game,
Yeah, I mean
and I don't
he
know what's
wasn't.
going.
He didn't
I don't know what
perform.
happened on that wing.
He didn't perform in that
I don't
game.
know after a yellow card that Dalot got. I didn't see Salah in that game at all, and I felt there could have been more because Dalot didn't even come back. Like he didn't. Dalot I'm sure he had fun. Dalot had fun. Bruno then came, had fun on that side. I don't know what happened on that wing,
Yes.
but
Trent,
Dalot had fun.
What
I
did you
said
Sorry?
say?
Trent happened.
Yeah, Trent had a
I
really
mean,
bad game. He wasn't putting in efforts in that game.
Yeah,
so
I don't know if you saw the build up to your first
Samuel.
goal. Did you see the build up to your
Mm,
first goal?
I saw it. I saw it. I saw
Terrible.
it. So Sam, you remember me telling you this about Trent that when he's struggling, that I expect your DMs or your central midfielders to come and help. I didn't see that happen. I didn't see that happen during the game, and that's major reason why you guys kind of lost strength
Yeah.
because going forward he's very strong. When he's struggling, obviously you have on the left hand side you have people that can drop back. Salah doesn't drop back, so it should be the work of the central midfielders to come and assist.
So
And it was in that game, it was so clear that we were going through Trent,
mhm.
and there were no answers.
Yeah. So this slot made that clear that it was the fault of the CMs because usually who was meant to cover for him was Gravenberg. The
Yeah.
central midfielders that were meant to cover did not cover, and that's what caused put Trent in a 2v1 situation a lot of times. So it made sense why he had a bad game, but at the end of the day, like he didn't have coverage and
He didn't have coverage.
like
No, he
he was used
didn't.
to. And the coverage was more reliant on this. This is my own personal take. I think the coverage was more reliant on the central midfielders because Konate wasn't fully fit.
Mm,
Because usually,
I can see.
if you
I can
watch
see.
our previous games, especially like the last time we played Arsenal, when we knew Martinelli would take on Trent, Konate was always protecting that guy.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
I think Konate is still struggling with that
yeah, he's
injury.
struggling. You clearly could see
Yeah,
because
you
there
can
were
see.
movements.
Even today's game, you could see.
Oh, I didn't watch, but you could see his movements
They
weren't
brought him in
like
today.
as sharp as he would
Yeah.
usually be. But because usually Konate is a beast. But anyways, like it made sense. But it is what it is.
Yeah. And I was surprised about how my midfield did well against
Ugarte and
Liverpool.
Bruno had a really good game.
No, they
Yeah.
had it, man. They had it. I was really surprised. I was like, really? So people are like, oh, United should show this every time. Like, no, this is an emotional game. It's not a game that you would want to. I mean, you can base your season on it, but you just have to look at the rivalry, like, because that's part of the things I want to watch out for. Like, how do you compete against your eternal rivals? Do you just lay flat and let them flog you, or are you up for the game? And that's one of the things I look. I'm like, okay, bonus spot for this man. And a lot of people were saying, a lot of people have discussed how Maguire missed the chance. And two
One goal.
things: Zesty, I call him Zesty. The pass he gave, normally they say, oh, he was saved on the plate. The pass he made was saved on a saucer. It was a poisoned pass. And obviously, Maguire is not a striker, because ideally, if Maguire was a striker, he would have been able to adjust his body to take that ball and score. But he's not a striker, it's Maguire. And looking at his replay, I felt maybe Zesty was trying to pass to Ahmad. Maybe he was trying to pass to Garnacho. That's how I felt. Because that pass, he bobbled, and it came to Mr. Maguire, Mr. Slabhead. I was like, is he going to score this? I was about to celebrate. But then, and moving forward, we can only make do with one bad luck per game. We cannot have Maguire and what's his name, Delete in the same game. We cannot have two bad luck. We can't. We can't. And Maguire miss, it just shows how much of a bad luck he is, because normally that ball falls to any other person, that's a goal. Because the players were running back, they were kind of falling back into the goalpost. So anywhere he puts it, that ball is entering. But obviously, Mr. Badluck is going to roof it.
But I
So that's
mean,
what
for
happened.
Maguire, he had a really good game as well. I think
No, he
you need
did.
to
He
say
tried.
that
He
as
tried.
well.
He tried. No. He tried. He tried. He tried. It's just that the second bad luck decided to be bad luck, and that's what it is. But all in all, if United we cannot play that way. We can't, because when we play against teams that allow us with the ball, that's where the real football is. Teams that hold the ball against us, we might want to like do that jangba football and say, oh, we're going to be, struggle, like I'm strong them. But the real game comes when you are playing against teams that will allow you with the ball, or allow you some chances here and there, where the possession will be probably 50-50 or 65, whatever. I'm not going to say United is back. No, we're still in the making. It was a good game. We did not lose. And,
That was like, oh
you
no.
know, was
So
it?
that's all you can ask for. You didn't lose.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'd have been greedy to ask for a win, because I didn't expect us to win that game. I didn't expect us to even draw. But we can only take what we get. But yeah,
Yeah, I think, to your point, it was a good. And overall, although I wasn't a neutral watcher, but I don't know if neutral watchers would say the same. But I think that was a very, very good game. Definitely candidate for game of season so far.
Yeah. I think it was a very good game, very interesting game, like back and forth,
Yeah,
especially in the
very,
second half.
very
Because it
back.
got to a point where it was just like, especially like the last 10 minutes, it was just like for a goal, come back, goal. Like it was going like the game was going really fast, man. You know. Yeah, overall it was a good game. It was a good game to watch.
and it seems like Ahmad loves Liverpool. But even though it was a good game, the refs, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't understand what is going on in
What did the
EPL,
ref do?
because so the offside on Garnacho, 92 minutes, wasn't an offside, and the assistant ref carried his flag even before the ball got to Garnacho. I'm like, dude, do you have eyes? Because if that ball had gotten to Garnacho and it wasn't offside, there would have been 2v1 against the fullback at that point. That one, then obviously the handball. You can say it's handball, it's not handball, which is fine. I'm not going to argue against that. But I've seen that not given and sometimes. Then
Nah, come on. I don't
Ahmad
think you've seen
versus
that not given. That particular one.
Mm.
Come on. Is it-
Ahmad versus Robertson. Robertson literally almost dragged Ahmad to the floor in front of the linesman. Like, really, dude, like, come on now. Come on. But again, it's what it is. It swings there or here. I'm just saying, officiating in EPL it's becoming it's more terrible now because we can see it. And now that they have mics to explain their decisions, we'll see what's going to happen.
that mic thing was pretty. I think it was pointless in this game that they just played today because it's an offside. Why do you have to explain that it's an offside? Like,
I mean, imagine if they had it against Newcastle versus Tottenham to explain that.
yeah, that particular
Is
one,
it
yes, but not every
that
scenario.
handball?
Like, that's an offside. Offside, now continue game. Why do you have to explain what an offside is?
It's because it took time for them to make a decision now. That's why they're like, oh, they're trying to be cute. Even did you guys watch the VAR conversation for Duran's red card?
Nah.
So they were trying to advise the on-field ref that it was a wasn't a deliberate foul. He was trying to place his leg somewhere like that. Yeah, I personally think that should have been a yellow card, but he gave red card.
They
So
appealed it and it still got rejected.
the appeal, yeah. I mean, guy, you know what's going to happen now when you make wrong calls, you want to sit on it because of what it
No,
is, and obviously,
and at least they go back on it now. Like, and nobody's too big to make mistake now.
Okay. Speaking of making mistakes, let's end this show on this note. That Arsenal's penalty was that a penalty? Who wants to go first?
Yeah, I'll go. I saw it,
Okay.
and in the manner that he hit the ball, because he missed it, Saliba like kind of hit his head like clearly. Because the way I'm thinking about it, if we're trying to be logical, if that was feet to feet, is that a penalty or not? I end my case there.
Mr. Olufemi, you can answer. You can start from answering that question, and I'll give your take.
And what? Say that again.
You can start from answering Sam's question, and then give your.
Sam, what was
take.
your question again?
No, I said so.
Oh, if it was a kick, okay. Yeah, I think if it was a kick. If it was a, I think it's how will I put it?
Mhm.
First of all, if it was a kick, maybe it would be a penalty, you know. But then you now have to consider that like I've never seen that be called as a penalty before, you know. But there's also the part that okay, because it has never been called, if it's a penalty, it's a penalty, you know. My main point is that like if you're gonna call that as a penalty, then let's be consistent throughout, man. You know.
That's the question we asked you. Is it a penalty or not?
I answered
Please.
it now. God.
You didn't answer it. Is it a penalty or
I said
not?
it's a kick, yeah.
Okay. You know, I asked that question because the same fixture last year.
I think we need to address something. Show you really hate us now. Where did this hatred come from? I don't like
It's not
Man U,
new
but I don't
now.
really hate Man U like the way you hate us now.
It's not
Let me
new.
say
Samuel,
this.
is it new?
I've never seen you come alive like this before.
What is it,
The
Sam?
hate is real.
Yeah, it's very real. I'm very stunned, man. I've never seen you talk like this before.
Sam, are you just knowing?
Oh,
Are you
no,
just
man,
saying my hate for Arsenal?
See, the thing is,
So
to me,
it's not new.
I don't like Man U, but like I can still say things objectively, like about Man U. You know, but I don't think you want to ever say anything objective about Arsenal. That's how much he hates is, which is understandable.
I mean,
Okay.
I would like you to point out any of the comments I've made about Arsenal that is not objective. But hold on to that. As I was saying, the same fixture last season, similar thing happened where
Gabriel
the player
Jesus,
went into the and the player touched the ball.
Yeah, and that's why I
after
said
he kicked the player.
like if it was the foot,
Because the player kicked the ball forward.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why Arsenal fans were not crying all over the timeline
But the
that
question is, have you
it
ever
wasn't a
seen that
penalty.
called before? That's what I asked. Have you ever seen that call before?
Because we've not seen that kind of situation
And
before,
that's also what I
where a
said.
player goes into another
I
player.
also added that, like, my main point is, like, if they've never called that as a foul, I know it could be a foul, but you have to be consistent. That's my main thing. Like, just consistency. If that has never been called as a foul before, then be consistent. Like, put it across the board. Not just say, like, oh, for one scenario we're going to call it, then other scenarios, no, we're not going to call it. That's the only thing. It's the same thing as the ball kicking. Like, nowadays, everybody kicks the ball. They're not, like, consistent with that anymore. But in the beginning of the season, they're giving people red cards. Just be consistent. That's all I ask for. I'm not saying, like, oh, it's
Okay,
not a
sir.
foul or not, but
Okay,
if you
sir.
call that as a foul, the next time that happens again, call it as a foul. Like, every time it happens,
Okay.
call
Sam,
it as a foul.
you're
I
saying
said, is it
something.
red card or yellow card they give?
That should have been a red card.
Oh.
It was very lucky I didn't get a red card.
Saliba?
It's very, very
Saliba
lucky.
was a red card?
Yes.
Come on, bruh.
It was very
This is my
lucky.
point about, like,
It was
being
very
objective.
lucky.
Like, come on.
That's
Like,
alright.
Okay.
come on. The hatred is becoming too much. Like, sometimes if you're talking soccer, you have to be objective. You're going to say that's a red card.
So another player headbutts a player in the head,
God,
right?
yeah.
It's not. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay.
No.
It's okay.
This is very laughable. Like, you really think that's a red
It's
card?
okay.
Be honest.
It's okay.
Still,
I'm always
wait,
saying,
let me ask you this question. Objectively speaking, like, forget if it's Arsenal or whatever, you really think that's a red card?
Yes.
Wow.
It was.
Sam, do you think it's a red card?
You guys are
No,
lucky.
I don't think it's a red card.
Then I don't know football anymore, man. If you think that's a red card, I really don't know football.
Because the reason why you're saying you don't know football anymore, because a lot of you are saying it's not a penalty to begin with.
No. I'm talking about the red card. I'm not talking about anything else. I'm talking specifically about the red card. How would you say that's a red card? Come on. In what way, shape, or form is that a red card?
Was Duran's one a red card?
No. Like, that's the thing. I can point at things object. Like, at the beginning of our conversation, we talked about Vinicius. I said it was not a red card. I think, I don't know. You need to speak about football, like, objectively and not be like, I hate this team. So anything this team does is supposed to be the worst form of punishment. Come on. I don't like Man U, but like, I would give Man U credit where credit is due. Like, when I think there are certain decisions that are wrong against them, I'll give Man U. Like, even when you guys took off Xerxes the last game, I was like, that's nonsense. I felt bad, but like, now removing all objectivity and just because of hatred, you're saying certain things. Come on.
We've heard you. I was about to say something. You remember what you said about us when we played Newcastle, right? When Newcastle beat us. You remember what you said?
Me? Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, what did I say?
If you don't remember, then don't worry.
I don't remember now. There's so many things I said. Like, can you point out what I said?
The back to Vinicius situation. That situation, obviously, we've seen red card given for that. So it's not about my own issue, which I said at the beginning of the podcast, was the uproar that is going to be banned for so many games. Anyway, thank you everyone for sticking with us till this point. It's been a long day, long podcast, obviously, because Arsenal decided to continue their embarrassment. Olufemi Adenaike, Mr. Arsenal, Samuel Abu, Mr.
Since
Liverpool.
you hate Arsenal, what's your prediction for this weekend? Since you hate Arsenal.
What's happening? Wait, it's just one leg, right?
Yeah, it's one leg. You hate Arsenal a lot. So what's your prediction?
If the game ends...
No, we don't want explanation. That's what you always speak.
Wait,
somebody wants explanation. Nobody wants explanation.
I'm asking a question.
Just tell us the score. Tell us the score. That's what you say.
I'm asking a question.
No
Wait.
No explanation.
I'm asking a question now.
I'm asking a
question. If the game ends 0-0, or
it's a one game thing, draw, like one game.
Allow me to ask the question now.
There's no replay.
So what's the question? What question do you think I want to ask?
I don't know. I'm just answering that it's a one game thing.
So relax now. So let me ask the question. if the game ends 90 minutes as a draw, are they going straight to
No, there's a
penalties
replay.
or are they going to play extra time? There's a
Yeah, there's
replay.
a replay.
Oh, there's replay. I thought there
There's a
wasn't any
replay.
replay because
No,
of
no,
the
no.
number of games right now.
It's not FA Cup.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think this season they're
Yes.
like no replays.
Oh, like this season they made it. You know?
Yeah, I think because of the number of games that are being played.
Oh yeah. Okay, I didn't know.
Well, anyway, regardless of what it is, I have a feeling United is going to beat Arsenal. I have a feeling.
But just say your
I have a feeling
prediction
United is going
now.
to beat
Hold
Arsenal.
on to your prediction.
Oh, are
I
you
said it
winning or
now.
not?
No, are you
What is-
winning? Like, what's the
We're winning.
prediction? Just
We're
a
winning.
prediction.
We're
Okay,
winning.
what's the scoreline?
We're winning. I don't know about the scoreline. I don't know about the scoreline. I don't.
Yeah, there are no
But-
I
replays
don't.
actually.
If you're not expecting you guys to replicate this past weekend performance, you still think you win?
I mean, it's against Arsenal now. They should be up for
So
it.
there are no replays.
It's
Though.
not.
There are no
If it
replays.
was
So games will be
there are no
decided by extra
okay.
time or penalties.
Okay, so nice.
Okay, so the extra time is penalty.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to win.
Man to win. Okay.
Yes, I need to win.
Okay.
Wait, but you guys are actually going through crisis, though. To be
Who
honest,
Arsenal?
Who's that?
Arsenal, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I addressed that while I was speaking.
Yeah, you guys are going through crisis.
Well, we have come to the end of the podcast. The discussion you guys want to have, you can have between yourselves.
No, we're
or
not having
wait
any
till the
discussion.
next episode.
That was it, sir.
So like,
It's
it's
fine.
finished. You only had to
It's
answer the
fine.
question.
No, answer the question now. I answered. She be answered. I didn't answer. I answered now. We're going to win. Thank you everyone for sticking to this point. Thank you for showing up. Hopefully, next episode. There's so many games before next episode. But yeah, hopefully next episode, United will come laughing and Arsenal will come with their embarrassment as usual. And Liverpool are playing Accrington or what team are they playing? They
I don't
probably
even know the team.
yeah, you guys
I
are
know-
you guys are gonna win
We're
that
talking
one.
about it.
Yeah, you guys are gonna win that game. Thank you everyone and save and goodbye.
Bye.